This year marks 10 years that I've been on YouTube, that I've been producing videos for this channel, despite the name changes and the location changes and all of that. It's been 10 years now. Technically, I missed the anniversary, which was back in January, and you can go back to my very first video and check that out because it's still up. But the thing is that, 10 years that we've been here, making content for, really for, my students and for people who might be prospective students or people who just are interested in these topics. And, I look back on the 10 years and we don't have a whole lot to say, right? I still, I'm not a YouTube celebrity. We've barely got 1,300 subscribers, which most people do in 15 minutes. We are not a large channel. We're not a particularly successful channel when it comes to content and all that. And a lot of that is I don't go into massive amounts of production. I don't go into really massive amounts of marketing. I do not spam stuff around. So the fact is that, we've been here 10 years doing this, and we've got what a lot of people get in a weekend when they start a channel. And I'm not planning on stopping. I'm not planning on slowing the content down or anything, though there honestly probably will be a point where the channel does slow down just because there's a limit to how much stuff there is to talk about with all this without rehashing the same topics. And I've mentioned this before, and it will certainly happen again, but because our channel is so small and because as we grow, there are going to be people that haven't gone back through 400, 500 videos, something like that. They're just not going to go back through. And so a lot of these topics can be covered again. And, there's a good chance that I'll say something that has, been updated. We'll have new scientific evidence for stuff. Maybe my opinion on something has changed, whatever. Generally speaking, I'm not going to reshoot a video just to reshoot a video. It'll be because there's a reason for it. But the fact is that there may come a time where the videos are no longer weekly, but, drop down to once in a while. My goal was never really to make any money on this channel. Now, look, I would love to have supplementary income from the channel, but I just don't think that that is something that's really worth shooting for because that's putting my cards in somebody else's basket. My goal is to do what I'm doing here and be in the gym and teach people martial arts and, coach people, counsel people, consult people, help them with those things. Who knows how the world will change, who knows how the economy will change, and things may inevitably change. In fact, things will almost certainly inevitably change. But it's impossible for me to tell how and when. Since we're talking about this, I might as well bring up some news that's relevant to just this moment in time. But we will be doing another 6 months here at Mordhau in Mesa, just because we're still trying to get the ball back rolling after the last couple of years. Mesa is really not a good place for us to be, but unfortunately the price is the best that we can get. So as far as classes go, I know, being in a temporary location and advertising a temporary location is not the greatest for business either. But the fact is that we need to be in a temporary location because the other option is to train at the park. And I've done that before. And in Phoenix, that is a lot harder ask than you might imagine because most people don't want to be outside in 100-degree weather during the summers. And people around here get cold, below 70 degrees. And so, in the winters when it's cold out, people aren't going to want to train outside. Just in general, people are always looking for a reason not to show up, not to train. Keep in mind, even with the most popular schools, most of what is being paid for by the constant turnover of new students and dropouts. Most of the people who are, lifers or long-term students are a sliver of the actual student body. And, they're not the ones that are paying the bills, and they're generally not going to be the ones that are able to keep a school up and running. And when you consider the fact that most people that want to try something out are looking for the lowest barriers of entry possible, training in a park in what some might consider extreme or at least just unpleasant weather is going to be a fairly high barrier of entry. So thus, we are in a temporary location in Mesa, which is not a good place to be for the most part, but it is what it is. Hopefully by the end of the year, we will be able to find a location closer to like Central Phoenix, where we used to be, where things were doing really well for us. That would be a fantastic option, but we'll see how things turn around for that. That's the news for the moment. That's the news for the channel. And I just want to thank those of you who have been around for a while, who've been here since the beginning. Thank you very much. Those of you who have come along more recently, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are one of the smaller martial arts YouTube channels, but I think we do put out, good, relevant content. We don't spend all our time on drama. So, of course, maybe that's why we're not so big, because we don't spend time on drama. And I don't say things super hyper definitively, because the fact is that if you're being intellectually honest and honest to the available data, you can't be that definitive about things. So anyway, thank you, and hope to see you in the future. Help the channel grow, please. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I'll talk to you guys later. Good journey. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Check us out on our other socials, and please head over to blacksunboxing.com to get a little more info, including how to contact us. Furthermore, if you are in the Phoenix area, please feel free to stop in, say hi, join in for a class, whatever. Also, if you ever see us cite sources or just for additional content, please check out our Substack. That is where we put all of the sources we use in our videos and is a major part of this. Plus, it serves as a membership platform for long distance learning and for people who would like to support us but aren't local. We would greatly appreciate it if you signed up. Even just the free membership helps us out a lot. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Good journey.